Hi everybody, my name is Sage. Today I wanted to show you a bot I made that has permanent memory, a search engine, and a browser. I'm calling it Your AI Friend, and I'm giving it away for as long as I can give it away. I'll put the link to it in the description. You can try it out over at Sage Conversations. But this is how it works. You come over here, you start a new chat. It asks, what is your email address? And the reason I ask for email address is that this then goes to this ties into my Upstash Redis memory that then remembers all of the conversations this bot has ever had. And I've moved this bot from different websites. I've tried it in all different platforms. You put in your email address and it remembers stuff. So, like for example, what is the book I'm currently reading? Okay, so I've been using it. It's fun. It says, based on our previous conversations, you're currently reading Children of Dune. It's the third book. I highly recommend it. What is my name? Okay. It usually tries to, I've got it so it references your name quite often. Your name is Sage. You mentioned earlier conversation. So it goes on and on. So I wanted to show you overall how I've done this and invite you to try it if you want. Like I said, I don't know if anybody's going to use it. If nobody uses it, then that's fine. If a lot of people use it, I might have to shut it down just because money. Money. It's always money. But at any rate, I started this journey with Leon's video, Flowise AI tutorial, long-term chat memory with Upstash Redis. I'm not going to walk you through how to do Upstash memory because he does a genius job of it. It's awesome. It's awesome. But what I can tell you was, so this is my Flowise bot, okay? And I just added some tools to it. I don't know if he added, I forget if he added tools to his, but I did because why not? I added this, Serp API and a web browser. And what happens is when you come down here to your Upstash Redis back chat memory, it says put in session ID. And you do that, and then as long as you're asking the question here in the Flowise testing grounds, it works. But as soon as you move it, like you embed it on another page, or even share the bot just with this link, it loses that session ID. And that's wildly frustrating because the whole point of it is to remember you. And the session ID, you're not setting it permanently. So at any rate, I was going through the comments of this and of this video, and somebody, let me see if I can find it. It was 5 months ago. Here it is. Yeah, so this guy, Male Roscoe, brought this up, and he's like, hey, man, I want to be able to pass the session ID. And then he came back and he says, I take it back. And he was using it in VoiceFlow, which, is kind of my workflow as well. And he's like, oh, I take it back. Just put this in the JSON raw data area of the bot. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So he hard coded the chat ID, and I did that, and it worked. But then I went to bed, or I went to take my shower before bed, and I'm standing in the shower, and I'm like, I bet I can dynamically generate this chat ID. So that's what I did. So I took my Flowise bot, okay, and then I took it over into VoiceFlow, and I used the API. If there's a million videos on how to do this as well, but I just, I put it in my API. But what I did was, when I start the bot, I say, what is your email address? All lowercase, because if you change the case, it makes a new session ID. And so that's how I'll remember you in our conversations. So then it takes that, it captures that as an email variable. See here? Yeah? You see it? Do you see it? Literally, I don't know. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's here, right? Okay, so you capture that email variable, okay? So now I have their email, and then I just say, thank you, what's new with you? I'd like to maybe make that a little more cool. I don't know. And then I just use the capture user reply, and then I send it off to my Flowise bot, okay? And the Flowise bot gets, it takes that chat ID that I customized with my email address. And if you go over to Upstash, you can see my email address. So here, let me do another test. Let me start over. Okay, so I'll end this chat. And I'll start a new chat, and it'll say, what is your email address? And I'll just do test@test.com. And I'll say, what is in the news? Which is a cool feature that isn't available for, in a lot of cases. So again, this is the bot that you're looking at here is embedded on my Sage Conversations. The bot front end is VoiceFlow, but all the work is happening in Flowise. And so you can see here, this is the news of today. And if you go back here to my Redis, bam, there it is. There's the bot. And so every time you come into this bot, you type in your email address, then it's going to remember all of your conversations. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, nice, I think. I think it's nice. It's fun. But wait, there's more. Okay, so then what I did was I'm like, oh, well, you could maybe use this as a lead generation tool. So I started this as I'm using Claude. I like to talk to Claude. Claude is an interesting bot to talk to. ChatGPT is just all business all the time. Claude, very interesting. This is actually right now Claude 3.5 Sonnet that I'm running, I think. Is that right? Is that what I got running? Yeah, 3.5 Sonnet right there, see? That's like the top of the line Anthropic model. And I'm like, oh, but wait, what if you wanted to use this as a customer service bot that remembers the person, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, say, for example, you have an AI bot on your website and you want it to remember all the past conversations that person has had. You could say, hey, enter your email if you want. You don't have to. Enter your email if you want, and I'll, I will have access to all our previous conversations. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I know you like it. I know you do. But then what I was like, oh, well, if this is a lead generation thing, then it would be cool if I would collect those email addresses, right? So then I made a Zapier deal. I created a webhook, okay? And then I tied it into a spreadsheet. And now here are all the email addresses and user questions and their responses. So, you could then create a filter in this spreadsheet by email address and review all of the questions and all of the responses from your AI bot. You see? And you could take these emails. I mean, you really should ask the permission, of course, but you could use these emails to put into your email tool. And that could just be another part of this Zap. Send the email to Constant Contact or HubSpot or MailChimp. I don't know why I couldn't remember MailChimp, like just completely blanking on MailChimp for a second there. And so there you go. So now you have a repository of things like, for example, you could just, I like to monitor my bots to make sure they're not saying crazy crap. Okay. So I a lot of times will send answers to my bots to Notion. I can make another video on a bot that I've done that. So I can just kind of watch what my bot is saying. And I can refine my bot that way. So there's that. And then you could, like with a bot, if this was a customer service bot, you could understand what people are asking about so that you could, maybe make those answers a little more prevalent on your website. I personally don't think websites in their current form are going to be a thing anymore. Who wants to click on anything when there could just be a box there that says, what is your pricing? And then it tells you your pricing. I mean, right? Who wants to click? Ugh, clicking. So 2004. Clicking's dead, people. Talking to your cool bot. 2024. That's right. Who knows what's going to happen in 2034? Just read your mind. All right. Is that it? Is that all I wanted to tell you? Let me make sure. It goes from Flowise to VoiceFlow to Zapier to Redis to a spreadsheet. Get it? Got it? Good. I'll put a link to Leon's video. I'll put a link to the AI friend bot as long as I can afford it. Nobody watches these videos anyways, so I imagine it'll be 2 people. And that'll be great. And let me know if you have any questions. All right. Bye. Like and subscribe.